Okay, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us here at Unity in Naperville. If I haven't met you yet, I'm Kity Benson. I'm the minister here at Unity, and grateful to spend this snowy day here with my cool new fireplace. So excited. That's very sweet. Steve heard the word. I said, oh, wouldn't it be cool to have a fireplace over there? And actually, this is a really wonderful way to emphasize my message today. So when I get up here to share that with you today, and I just right off the bat, just everyone say, fireplace! And that'll remind me of what I want to talk about, okay? Fireplace, fireplace. So yes, we have a good message today, and it's especially on these days when it's snowy and you want to stay home, that you have a chance to really snuggle in here and take advantage of this beautiful energy that you bring into the room, because there's nothing like it. How many of you have watched online? Yeah, would you agree that it's a totally different energy? Yeah, so thanks for getting out of bed and driving over here in the snow, because I really think that today's the day that we can open up our hearts to something that you may have heard before, but it's a good chance to emphasize, because this is the law of the universe that I think can benefit us all. It's working whether we know it or not. And one of the ways that we help emphasize this particular law is to renew our mind with music. So you might even know some of these songs by heart by now, but we have the words up on the screen, and Susan, will we be able to show those words to our friends online today? Okay, well then this is another good reason why you have to come into the room if you want to sing along. So we'll talk about that later. What are we singing first? Oh, one of my favorites is Bringing Heaven Down. So as we're singing this, let's just see if we can't feel the presence of the divine all around us and open our hearts to what's possible here. And that's when we start to have fun, okay? So if you like to stand while you're singing, now's the time. Let's get going.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? You look good? We call forth and bring into our experience the divine.
We are singing a brand new song. We lifting up a sound. We bringing heaven down. We are singing a brand new song. We lifting up a sound. We're bringing heaven down.
Let's sing it again.
We are singing a brand new song. We're lifting up a sound. We're bringing heaven down. We are singing a brand new song. We're lifting up a sound. We're bringing heaven down, down, down. Come on now. Holy, holy, holy. Everyone is holy. And everywhere I look, I see the glory, glory. Holy, holy, holy. Everyone is holy. And everywhere I look, I see the glory, glory. Being the light of God, we shining like the stars. We're bringing heaven down. We are being the light of God. We shining like the stars. We're bringing heaven down and down. Holy, holy, holy. Everyone is holy. And everywhere I look, I see the glory, glory. Holy, holy, holy. Everyone is holy. Everywhere I look, I see the glory, glory. I see the glory. Go, Mark. I'm singing a brand new song. We lifting up a sound. We're bringing heaven down. We are being the light of God. We shining like the stars. We're bringing heaven down, down, down. Yes, my friends. Holy, holy, holy. Everyone is holy. Everywhere I look, I see the glory, glory. Holy, holy, holy. Everyone is holy. Everywhere I look, I see the glory, glory. Come on, drummer. Singing a brand new song, we lifting up a sound, we're bringing heaven down. We are singing a brand new song, we lifting up a sound, we're bringing heaven down. Yeah, wake up is right. A lot of times I say that. I say that to myself many, many times a day. And I don't just mean, I guess, in the physical sense, although I do nod off every once in a while. But I think more sense wake up to what is true in that moment. Because sometimes I forget, and I go down little rabbit holes that take me so far away from the center in spirit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So those times I try to kind of pivot and redirect back. Find the truth, right? Think on those higher things. My thoughts create the world. I'm living in the word. Take shape in the form I'm giving it. So whatever is pure, whatever is right, whatever is beautiful in God's sight, whatever is good, whatever is kind, whatever loveliness I find. Oh, I think upon these things. 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 Whatever is pure, whatever is right, whatever is beautiful in God's sight, whatever is good, whatever is kind, whatever loveliness yes, I'll find. Oh, I think upon these things. I think upon these things. I think upon these things. I think upon these things.
That feels good. Let's just take a moment to connect with that space of divine in our hearts here. Knowing this presence is with us always, bringing forth all that we need in the moment. And so we open that door wide at the center of our being and say, yes, whatever is good, whatever is bright and pure and true and boundless, whatever is strong and powerful and kind and free, make a home in me. And so it is, and we let it be. And we also like to speak these words up here on the screen that remind us of that presence. Once we know this, we pretty much know it all. Let's say it together. There's only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. Thanks. You may be seated.
Let's do that.
Goodness to come in. I am ready to receive. I allow goodness to come in. I believe, I believe, I believe. I allow love into my life. I am ready to receive. I allow love into my life. I believe, I believe, I believe. Welcome hope and faith. Welcome love and ways. Welcome hope and faith. Welcome love and ways. I allow fortune in my home. I am ready to receive. I allow fortune in my home. Yes. And I believe, I believe, I believe. I allow surrender in my soul. I am ready to let go. I allow surrender in my soul. I let go, I let go, I let go. And welcome hope and faith. And welcome love and ways. And welcome hope and faith. Welcome And I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe. And I believe, I believe, I believe. One more time, I believe. And I believe, I believe, I believe.
Jill. Thanks, you guys. That was lovely. Would you be ready to run that around? Okay. The button's right there. Okay? Isn't life funny? This lovely new stage I tried out this morning took me down on my face because my legs are so darn short. But I'm gaining a power. I'm gaining power over this stage. Yeah. Pretend like this is your home and it's under construction. Or you're going to paint the ceiling or something. That's why my little step ladder's there. Oh, beautiful, beautiful saints that you are. Hey, so a couple weeks ago, Reverend Michael Spear was here, and he started us on our New Year's series about our 5 basic principles of unity. So if it's your first time here, wow, you picked a great season to join us, because this is a chance for you to learn about Unity 101. Up here on the screen, the very first principle, can you guys say that with me? Hold on. It's coming. There it is. All right, together. There's only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. So, abbreviated, there's only God. It's all God. Think of omnipotence and omnipresence. Everywhere is God. So this brings us to our second principle, which says, together, we are an expression of God. Thank you. So that means if God is everywhere, then God must be in us. That means an aspect of us, the very core of our being, is also that presence. And it's an opportunity for us to keep opening up to that idea, not looking at it through the eyes of the ego that says, aren't I cool? But simply an acknowledgement that the good that God is always available within me. I share that goodness with everyone else on the planet and all that is. And today's focus is going to be on our third principle, which to me, I'd like to classify as the most important, just my opinion. Let's say this third principle together. We create our life experiences with our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. And the reason that I find it most important is because this is the one that tells us how to apply spiritual principles in our life. It's one thing to know that God is all that is. In some ways, that can help. If you can really absorb that, that can certainly help in a lot of ways. And we teach a lot of classes on why that's important. And the second one's important, too, to know, you may have been taught that you're, the dirt of the earth, the dust of the ground, a sinful nature. So we don't agree with that idea, and it helps to know the truth of who you are. But once you can establish the playing field that you're in, what do you do here in this playing field, knowing that God's all around and you're an expression of God? Well, this third principle is what tells you how the rules of the game work, that what we focus our thoughts on create beliefs and create feelings in us, which have a very strong frequency. We start with the premise that everything is energy. And every time we think a thought, that's a frequency of energy. And any time it sits there long enough to become a belief, it starts to generate a stronger frequency that creates feelings in our body. Now you know you're really cooking with gas. And that is when you start to send out a signal to the universe about that particular frequency, which then engages with the universe and other energy that is of the same frequency. So it's not like, you have a thought about a pink elephant and boom, you got a pink elephant in the room. But if you have a thought about something, try and stay practical here, have a thought about life, and you hold it for a while, another thought shows up about it. And if you keep doing that chronically, you have so many thoughts that it becomes a belief. That's what a belief is. It's just a thought that you've been thinking for a really long time. And when you've got a solid belief going on in you, whatever it's about can create an emotion that matches that. And now you're really sending out that signal. So those things just keep building up. And pretty soon, after you've thought and you've believed and you've felt, now you're talking about it and you're imagining with the pictures in your mind about where it could go from here, until ultimately you're taking actions and you're experiencing the end result of that. Isn't that the coolest plan ever? It's not like we have to, get in line at the golden throne in heaven and say, hey, I need a new job. It has everything to do with what's going on within you. And you have the opportunity to choose what it is you want to experience in your life. The whole thing is meant to provide for our good. And Jesus described it over and over again when he said, let it be done to you as you believe. It's that simple. Let it be done to you as you believe. Now, I can hear it now. There's a lot of you that's saying, are you saying that when my child died, I believed that into happening? Okay, so those are really major events in our life that will always grab our thoughts and say, explain that, Kity, and I will, but not today. What I'm going to ask you to do today with these very broad, universal principles, that you do your best to just apply them to your life in the basic everyday way, okay? Not in those giant, huge things, because I got answers for those too, trust me. But I just want to stick on the mainstream here and talk about the main principles and how we can use them on an everyday basis. Give us this day our daily bread. That's where we're going with this, okay? Let's start there. And realize that it's meant to provide for our good. Now, we can misuse it. We can misuse that belief system and that universal law based on what we decide to believe in, what we give our attention to. So one of the things we teach in Unity, and that, by the way, that whole process is an element of using your faith. But in Unity, we teach that faith is meant to be an understanding faith versus a blind faith. Blind faith says something like, I hope that happens, but it probably won't. Or, I hope that God has mercy on me today and gives me credit for all the good that I've done so that I get my candy that I wanted. So, yes, okay. More realistic, you get to decide. But what we're trying to get to with an understanding faith is, I believe this, and this is why. Because this universal principle is working all the time for everyone, no exceptions. That's an understanding faith. When you get to that point where you understand these principles and they're solid, rock solid in your faith, then you're going to start to see some responses to what you're holding in your consciousness. So for instance, when Jesus said, judge not by appearance, but with right judgment. What do you think he meant by right judgment? Jill, you got a microphone, and raise your hand if you got an opinion about what right judgment is when he says that. Okay, back here on Cindy.
There's more than what the eyes can see.
Yes.
And to trust that it will unfold in our understanding with time, that we don't control it, that God's in charge.
Thank you. Anybody else? Don? Bill? Bill looked at that like,
Well,
what?
this morning I got the weather alert on my phone, and I wanted to come, and in fact I was already dressed, and I got in my mind I could have an accident, and I thought, no, I will be safe, and so I'll drive carefully and I'll be safe.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else? Scroll back, please, on the slide. Do not judge by appearance, but with right judgment.
I so often judge by appearance, by the things that appear in front of me, but
Yes.
sometimes I have to realize what I see is not necessarily what is true, and right judgment allows me to step back and go to a place of finding what is true, being more thoughtful about it. Does that
makes sense.
Okay, thanks. And behind you, Jake, and then Carlos.
So for me, I think about how sometimes we ask for things and we might be receiving something we don't know how it would make sense that this is the way to what we are asking for. And so sometimes it's asking us to take that leap of faith and just say yes, instead of doing the thing that's easy to do, which is to stay comfortable, to say no, because you don't know where it might lead.
Yes, when we kind of test the waters and we say, well, I don't see how that can be, so we give up before we even start, it's because we're judging by appearance, right? Carlos, last one.
To me, it's like judge by the universe judgment, not my judgment.
Yes. And what I love about the universe is it doesn't judge like human beings do, right? It just says, oh, you're putting out X, I put out X. That's basically how it works. It's just this reciprocal universe. So this question of understanding faith based on spiritual rules and principles can be something like where we've grown up throughout our life poor, living in poverty. And so we just established that way of thinking about ourselves, that I'm poor. And that just simply means that it is time to start understanding a new parameter around our faith. And typically, when we're facing poverty, what we want to establish is a belief in divine substance. That's invisible, it's of spirit, it's everywhere present, it's the foundation of all that we, let's just say our daily bread, it's everything that we can touch and taste here in this dimension begins in that invisible realm. And so if we find ourselves living in an attitude of chronic poverty, then we want to begin to put our faith in a spiritual principle of substance, because we know, or ultimately I'm hoping you'll learn and know, that that substance never goes away. It's always available to everyone. And I just need to become aware that it's there and then use my faith to mold it into whatever it is that my heart is seeking. You know, some of us may have found ourselves failing in life in some way, and we put that label on ourselves. And that's what our faith becomes. Whatever we experience in life on a regular basis is what we put our faith in. Whatever we act on is what we put our faith in. So it's easy to adopt that identity of failure, but if you want to heal that, we're talking about putting our faith in something that you can't see, right judgment. Wait a minute. There is the divine quality within me, because God and I are one, of divine intelligence, divine wisdom. It's not that easy to hear until you begin to practice meditation and get clearer and clearer on what that voice sounds like. But it is available to us. We don't have to remain a failure. Any given moment is an opportunity to take on your true identity again. I'm an expression of the divine, and infinite wisdom flows through me now. That's you're priming the pump and getting your subconscious ready to receive more information, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. But ultimately, the way that one of our co-founders, Charles Fillmore, described faith up here on the screen is the perceiving power of mind linked with power to shape substance. So the perceiving power of the mind is how you're interpreting something, and if you're basing it on right judgment, then you have the power through that right judgment to shape substance, to take that invisible energy and form it into your daily bread. Does that make sense? Okay, so just recognize whatever your faith is, positive or negative, that which you sincerely believe is a foundation for everything that you do. So when you look at your life and say, this stinks, then consider, okay, well, what am I putting my faith in? How do you know what it is that you believe? That's another hard one. If we're not really conscious, if we're just kind of sleepwalking through life, it's very easy to live a life that repeats itself over and over again because we're unaware of what we're sending out to the universe. So we want to get to know what it is that we do believe, and one of the signals is how we feel. So let's take a look at this cartoon up here on the screen. And just take it in there for a minute. So some of you are laughing, which means when you read those words and you saw those pictures and you absorbed your meaning for it based on your life experience, to you that was funny. And what happened? Boom, something came out of you, a laugh. It's not like you came here this morning planning to laugh at certain moments. Your body just did that. Brain sent message to body. Body responded with a feeling of joy or humor. And it's the same way if you go to a movie. You may not have necessarily known that you're going to wind up with water coming out of your eyes without you even wanting that to happen, because what you're watching up there on the screen, which isn't real, by the way, has still been interpreted through your mind and generated tears coming out of your eyes because you're feeling sad. Yes? So, what do you believe? Ask your emotions. If your emotions are light and you're laughing, you can probably say that whatever you're taking in right now, you're aligning with as fun, as joy, as good, as positive. So, if life, for the most part, is feeling heavy to you, consider that what it is you're holding in consciousness is first and foremost, if it's a heavier, lower vibration, it's not, whatever it is you're holding in consciousness is not aligned with how spirit sees the situation. Your higher self, the Christ in you, God present, is constantly saying you are not being held back by anything. But if you're interpreting it that way and the heavy emotions come, now you know what you believe. So whether it's happy or sad, it could be fear, and it works the same way as faith. So when you, let's take a look at this next picture up here. Hopefully it's what I think it is. All right, so just notice who here is, okay, I won't ask you to convince. I won't ask you to confess that that's familiar to you. But if it were familiar to you, you might have just now seen that and had a gut punch. Kind of a sickness or a sadness or a concern feeling. So just recognize that those two words, insufficient funds, has meaning to me that is not good, it's heavy, and so it creates that tension in the stomach. And I think that most of us can probably relate to that in some way or another, that the feelings are making themselves known because you have a belief that those two words stand for something bad, okay? So let me share a lengthy quote from Neville Goddard, who is a metaphysician, and he's going to put in a lot of words this whole idea of how feelings are absolutely imperative when it comes to noticing what you believe and changing what you believe. So I'm going to read this a little bit at a time. Is it the conscious? Yeah, okay, the conscious, that's the person that's here in the room, knows you're here in the room, knows that I'm up here talking and that you're sitting back there watching. The conscious mind impresses the subconscious, while the subconscious expresses all that's impressed upon it. Okay? So you may be listening to me talk. Your conscious mind is aware of what I'm saying. It's taking in the information. You're giving it meaning. It might be, what she's saying is ticking me off. And you're starting to feel kind of hot under the collar. And the subconscious in you is listening. And because it's coming in with a feeling of, I'm ticked off about this, it wakes up and goes, what? She's ticked off about this. What is it? Whatever she's saying, it's bad. She's bad. This place is bad. I'm not going to listen anymore. Kaboom, and we shut down. All right, so that's one of the ways that we impress from conscious to subconscious is through that feeling of emotion. I got ticked off. All right, the subconscious does not originate ideas, but accepts as true those which the conscious mind feels to be true. And in a way, known only to itself, that's the subconscious, objectifies only the accepted ideas. What's objectify? Bring out. Manifest. Physical. Only the accepted ideas. What are the accepted ideas? The ones that made it past the gate with a feeling and are now sitting in their subconscious saying, that's real, and I either like it or don't like it. I'm either going to fight it or welcome it. Okay, that's the subconscious. Think of the conscious mind as the architect. Subconscious is the builder. You with me so far? Okay, therefore, through this power to imagine and feel, and your freedom to choose the idea you will entertain, man has control over creation. So what's letting us do that? Imagination, feeling, and the freedom to choose the idea that you're going to focus on. That's all within your power, which is what makes it possible for you to have control over what you create in your life. Control of the subconscious is accomplished through control of your ideas and feelings. Ideas are impressed on the subconscious through the medium of feeling. No idea can be impressed on the subconscious until it is felt. But once felt, be it good, bad, or indifferent, it must be expressed. This is where we work against ourselves so often, is that we hold on to ideas that don't feel good. We don't want them, and yet, because we don't feel good, they're down there waking up the subconscious and putting it to work. Okay, next slide. The man who does not control his feeling may easily impress the subconscious with undesirable states. By control of feeling is not meant restraint or suppression of your feeling, but rather the disciplining, who likes that word? The disciplining of self to imagine and entertain only such feeling as contributes to your happiness. Okay, there it is, my friends. You have the ability to discipline where you put your thoughts and how those thoughts make you feel. Never entertain an undesirable feeling. Think feelingly only of the state you desire to realize. The subconscious is not concerned with the truth or falsity of your feeling. It always accepts as true that which you feel to be true. How do you feel it to be true? Good or bad emotions. If you respond with an emotion, you feel it's either something good or bad for you. Now, I know that there's counselors out there that say, what are you saying, that we should deny our negative emotions? No, not what I'm saying. Am I supposed to pretend like they're not happening? No, not what I'm saying. When we talk about that, the disciplining of self to imagine and entertain only such feelings. All right, how about this? Think of the word entertain as, when you're going to entertain, you consciously choose for them to come over to your house and invite them and decide what you're going to do with them and things you're going to talk about and what you're going to eat. And we literally kind of do that with our feelings and the thoughts that create those feelings. So don't entertain them. When they come knocking on your door, say, sorry, I'm busy tonight, and send them on their way. Instead, start looking up the friends, the feelings, the thoughts that are based in spiritual truth and that feel right. Because when it feels good in your heart, your thoughts are representing that which your higher self is saying, yes, more of that, please. Okay? So this whole third principle is about disciplining the mind, being aware of what you're feeling and disciplining what you're choosing to think about. Not that that thing isn't happening, not that that bad thing didn't hurt, but now that it has, where would I like to go from here? What would I like to really be feeling? We're going to talk more about this in a minute. To change your life, I want you to start paying attention to where your focus is. So we're going to put a list up here on the screen. Let's start with the first is, where is the problem in your life? What's wreaking havoc? What's feeling like trouble? What's got you scared? What's presenting a shortage in your life? What's creating negative emotions? Get a handle on that. Start there. Otherwise, it just runs in the background like some kind of software program and keeps doing the same, wreaking the same havoc. So is it money problems? Is it health issues? Is it career, family, whatever? And then see if you can identify what the belief is about in regards to this problem. And I'm going to say a really large percentage of the time, it's because in some way or other, you or your subconscious think there's not enough. There's not enough good. I'm not good enough. Someone's trying to take my good from me. A whole bunch of lies, error thinking, because we go back to understanding faith. When we feel like someone's trying to take our good from us, we go, oh, wait, understanding faith. Okay, what do I believe about the spiritual truth principles? Substance. Substance is everywhere present. I'm the one that controls substance to become whatever it is I want. So I don't care who's trying to take anything from me. There's only one presence and one power in the universe. This is our first principle, God the good, and therefore there is no evil power out there working against me. If you just come present and think, use that beautiful mind of yours about what is true, this is your opportunity to turn things around and head off in a new direction. So, what is the deal in my life right now that's got my attention, that hurts a little bit? And then What's my belief about it? What's my feeling about that idea? The not enough. Let me ask you this then. Ask yourself this. Why do I believe that? Why do I believe there's not enough? Well, Kity, we're in a recession. Well, Kity, I just got laid off. Well, Kity, it runs in the family. Well, Kity, this is as good as I get. I can't make myself any better than this. It's just the way I've been all my life. Is that serving you? Is that belief serving you? Is it bringing you relief? Is it getting you where you want? You know, I've been watching The Chosen again, and I just saw the man laying by the healing pool for 38 years. And at some point, you got to say, do you really want to be healed? That was Jesus' first statement. Do you really want this? I mean, a lot of times, is the belief serving me? No, but it's true. Now we're fighting for our limitations. But then you have to ask yourself, do I really care that much about this? Do I even want to put in the effort about changing my mind here and seeing this differently? Maybe it's not that bad. Okay, so you just got to be honest with yourself. And it's okay. Maybe it's okay to say, you know what? This is not the hill I'm going to die on today. I'm not going to put in all that effort for this. It's just not worth it to me. Great, then stop complaining. Move on. Start looking at something else you enjoy. And give yourself a chance to have a good life anyway. So if you're not happy with the way it is, then ask yourself, are these beliefs based on spiritual truth? What's the spiritual truth we want to know? There is enough, because God is enough, and God is giving itself all the time. That divine love is the very nature of God, so love is everywhere present, and you are loved, and you are love. That any question you can possibly have in your mind is already answered in the mind of God and just available and waiting for you to pull it out. We have access to that. That the life animating force of the universe is everywhere present and can be called upon to renew and express in our lives when our health is not well. So there's lots of things here that are available to us if we just get a hold of what's happening to us and what feelings we're holding, and are they really supporting us, and are they based on truth? And that's when we start to make changes. So a lot of times the way that we want to make a change is when we find out something we don't like that's going on in our life, we want to push it away. Get rid of it. Tell people what you don't like about it. But all you're doing is you're still focused on it. So as much as we try and exclude the things that we don't want by pushing against them, complaining about them, preparing for them, I mean, for heaven's sakes, just anytime you turn on the news this week, it's about the flu season. So if you don't have it, you have to sit and listen to it. You have to listen to it or listen about it. So let's find a different way to approach this. We can't tell the universe to exclude something that we're giving our attention to. You cannot tell the universe to withhold something from you that you're giving your attention to, whether you like it or not. Because when you think about it, your thoughts about it, and all the qualities of it, you become those qualities. You start resonating at that frequency. You can't help it. Even if you don't like it, you're still focused on it. And now you're sending that signal out, and in this magnetic universe that we live in, we simply draw more of those thoughts, feelings, beliefs, actions, words about the things that we don't want. Do you see how that is? If I've said that once here, I've said it 8 trillion times, and it's just an opportunity for us to stop and go, okay, there it is again. What's the opportunity to shift? One of the things that we might be concerned about is that this is typical in election season. Yes, I brought that word up. There could be 1 million or 2 people out there that are voting for something in opposition to what you want. Here's the good news. They have no power over you unless you give it to them. Their vote has no power over you, and I am not kidding. Now, this is one of those big things we're talking about, and you want me to go out there and prove. How can, if they pass that law that I don't want that law passed, how can that not affect me, okay? Maybe it'll affect you, maybe it won't. Maybe it'll come to your doorstep, maybe it won't. But you have things to do after that you can transform so you don't have to suffer. The first is to stop looking at it as something that can make you suffer. I can go on and on, you guys. Holy cow. All right, so we're here, we're talking about all these people that are pushing against you with their vote. they cannot affect you unless you push back, because now you're resonating with it. How do you think a Super Bowl gets won, or an election, either way? Because there's just as many, I mean, you got to think that every single one of those players and all the fans want their teams to win, right? But you got to realize that if more of your rooting for your fans is about hating the other team, now you're giving your energy to the other team. Do you see that? Yeah, I know, it's no fun. So this is where you get to start using your mind and pay attention to where you're at. Sometimes it's already buried down in your subconscious so deep you don't even realize you're responding negatively against yourself. But something that Esther Hicks said is that you can't be in steady feeling of poverty and allow abundance. So just look back over your years. What's your steady feeling? Are you glass half full or glass half empty? You can't be in glass half empty and allow glass half full in your life. So use that beautiful power of your mind to pay attention to what's going on in you and choose again. Have you ever tried to be happy in the absence of what it is that you think will make you happy? Try to be happy in the absence of the thing that you think you need to be happy. It's not arrived yet, but can you be happy anyway? It's the cart before the horse. You have to get the emotion first into the subconscious so it goes, oh, good things are coming. All right, let me see how many ways I can help create good. I'm the builder. I'm going to start working on good things that make her happy. So keep that in mind. What can I be happy about? If it's not that thing, it could be that that thing is coming. But it's better if you can be in the present moment and making you happy. Also, try feeling the way that you want to feel when that thing arrives. How do you want to live? How do you want to feel in life? Then just start there. Without anybody helping you, without anything helping you, and just keep noticing your thoughts and reaching for a thought that feels better, as Esther would say. Now here's one that'll make you like, prove this, all right? Well, I think you can prove it to yourself. Esther Hicks says that within 17 seconds of focusing on something, a matching vibration becomes activated. How many seconds? 17. All right, so focusing on something, it might just be that, I literally, no, I won't go there. Let's see if we find another example of that. 17 seconds focusing on something. Okay, you know when you're in the movie theater and there's all like 8,000 trailers first? And you came to see a Jane Austen movie and you're all in a good, happy mood, and then suddenly all these war and devastation movie trailers play, and you're just like this? All you had to do is watch it for 17 seconds and your whole insides feel torn up and you just want to, I need a vacation. And you can't even remember what movie you came to see. Okay, 17 seconds. You start to feel it, right? Okay, so she's true about that. And if you manage to stay purely focused upon any thought for as little as 68 seconds, the vibration is powerful enough that its manifestation begins. That's like becoming tangible, not just another thought. That's big. So, anybody here go to the gym? Okay, so this is a way of going to the gym. Before you go to bed at night, anybody can give 68 seconds to something. Set your timer on your phone and choose something that you want to think about for 68 seconds and see what it feels like when you get to 68 seconds. And just know that you're sending that signal out to the universe because you're feeling what it is that you want to experience. So that's what our mind is for, this beautiful mind that we have been given that is in oneness with divine mind, that anything that's within the divine mind is available to us. Use it, disciplined, to choose something else that makes you feel good. What would I prefer instead? Anytime I find myself in upset, there's your statement. What would I prefer instead? Okay? So Lao Tzu said it, if you want to awaken all of humanity, then awaken all of yourself. If you want to eliminate the suffering in the world, eliminate all that is dark and negative in yourself. Truly, the greatest gift you have to give is that of your own self-transformation. We can't transform anyone else. We can only do it within ourselves. But the power is that once you transform yourself, you're contributing to the collective. It doesn't take really even 51%. It just takes enough people with a high enough frequency thinking these thoughts of truth that it can contribute to the collective, and then everybody has access to it. If I be lifted up, Jesus said, I draw all men to me. If the truth is lifted up, if we're living the truth, then we are making it available for everyone else. So in Romans, Paul focused in on this. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your minds, so that you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. That's where you want to put your faith in, is following that which your higher self knows to be true and is good for us. And finally, what the Buddha says, all that we are is the result of what we have thought. If a man speaks or acts with an evil thought, pain follows him. If a man speaks or acts with a pure thought, happiness follows him like a shadow that never leaves him. Okay, I'm going to give you a chance to practice here for a minute. This will invite you to stretch, especially if you're new. I want you to turn to the person next to you and practice. Think of something that you would like to see happen differently in the world or in your life, and finish this sentence. Up here on the screen, choose one of these three. Wouldn't it be nice if, finish the sentence, or I'm looking forward to the day when, or I'm feeling better and better about, okay? If you have trouble and you just raise your hand and tell us your situation, we'll come up with a statement for you. But try one of those, turn to your neighbor, and finish one of these statements. This is going to get you to learn how to tune your mind in the right direction. Go. If you're watching on Facebook, just put it in the chat. Choose one of these statements and finish it in the chat. If you bumped into a problem, raise your hand and we'll find out what's going on for you. The fun thing about this is you can just make it up. It doesn't even have to be practical. Just make up something that sounds good to you. And by the way, it can't be to transform somebody else. Okay, come back. Hopefully y'all had a chance to exchange, otherwise do it after. Okay, that's one of the ways that you get your mind salivating and pointed in the right direction, is let your imagination and your higher self start guiding you in that direction. Another thing that we do is we focus on spiritual truth. So here's some qualities of the divine that you have available to you. So it could be infinite abundance, life energy, harmony, wisdom, peace, orderly flow, compassion. Any one of those are divine qualities. Just sit in meditation for 5 minutes and let peace, the idea of peace, unfold in you. What does peace mean to you? What does it look like? How would it affect your current circumstances if you were in peace? Who's a good model for peace to you? Let your imagination begin to just develop that divine quality, and suddenly you are resonating as peace. Describe its meaning and its effect on the situation. And one of the things that I want you to do, because what's going to happen here is possibly could happen, is that when you leave the room today, you are going to work against yourself and start talking about these troubles. Because that's what we've learned to do, that's what gives us the most attention and the most sympathy, and it's just habit, and it's what we built up and stuffed in the subconscious, and so out it comes. So I'm going to challenge you to be awake and notice, how am I feeling? And if it's not at a high level frequency, what is it I'm holding in consciousness right now that is not based in spiritual truth? Are you agreeing with that thing that you desire, or are your words disagreeing? Are you fighting against it even though you want it because you're speaking of it as not available, or I'll never get there? Just keep noticing the words that come out of your mouth and ask, do these align with truth? And how do they make me feel? And ultimately, when we do this chronically in a certain direction, we begin to attract more evidence of it in our life. And we run into people that think the same way, and we start behaving in groups in certain ways. And that's how things get born in grassroots movements. It's just contributing into the collective consciousness first. So let's finish with a couple of these easy statements up here on the screen. This is just an example of an affirmation. How we renew the mind is speaking these ideas that are lighthearted and feel good, and listen to your ego want to argue and say, thank you for sharing. I understand your concern. This is the way we're going to heal that. Okay, so up here on the screen together, I gratefully allow good, what you said. Let's say it again. I gratefully allow infinite good to flow. And here's the other one. Together. I'm so happy the universe is working for my good today. Include a feeling word in your statements. I'm so happy, I'm so thankful, I'm so grateful. It's exciting that I'm looking forward to, because that's a feeling that's going to get past the subconscious gatekeeper and start to plant seeds in you, okay? Let's take some time in meditation real quick. Not real quick, just now. If you just want to find your steady, stable, supportive chair underneath you, and feel your feet flat on the floor, and imagine beneath this floor is a planet, an entire planet supporting you right now. Allow that support to bring you relief. Just take a deep breath of relief. And take a moment to think of someone or something in your life that feels good when you think about it. Something you appreciate, that you love, that you're grateful for. And as you focus on that, allow it to absorb all of your attention so that you're there, you're with that person or that thing. And you begin to feel those emotions again. Appreciation, gratitude, wonder. Allow those feelings to begin to grow in you and spread throughout your body. As we feel that beautiful, grateful, loving energy moving through us, we open our hearts to that divine wisdom within us and say, show me what needs transforming in my life, in my being. Show me what needs transforming in my being. And just remain open with love as that idea filters through. As you begin to identify something that you'd like to transform, just ask your heart, what would I prefer instead? show me a new way to see this, or something different to see. What would it be like if I was living in that new way? If that was a dominant belief in me, how would my behavior change? Just accept that idea as it feels good to the heart. Trust that the heart knows the truth. And give it permission to begin to unfold and allow your builder to begin working on that idea. I'm open and receptive to what happens next with gratitude. Knowing that divine love is always working for the highest good in my life. This is the truth of the universe and of my being, and now I let it be. Amen. So there's a few things to work on this week. We'll pick up where we left off next week with a kind of a deeper turn in creating this life experience. And we're here at this time in our service where we share love offerings and tithes and your contributions that help our spiritual community continue providing what it does. So if this feels nourishing to you, then I invite you to help support it with your gifts. If you're watching online, you can go to our website, unityinnaperville.org, and click the donate button. Or if you want to mail something to our P.O. Box, that's P.O. Box 9733 in Naperville, and the zip is 60567. Do we have ushers helping us today? I'm going to invite you to come forward, and we will sing a song. I want to get this out of the way.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Let's bless this together. The words are up here on the screen. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am grateful. Thank you. Thank you, Jed. And Beth's got our announcements, and we didn't really set you up for this, did I?
Yeah.
You want to stand up on the giant platform and be... Okay, that's probably wise.
Hi, I'm Beth,
and I'll be sharing your announcements today.
Thanks, Beth.
If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. We're very glad you're here. Please complete the orange registration card at the welcome table and leave it at the information desk. We'll keep you posted about upcoming virtual events. Virtual newcomers can sign up for the weekly e-news at Unity and Naperville.org. Backroom discussion for our online viewers meets today after the service. See the event calendar for more information and the Zoom link. Monday Morning Metaphysics meets tomorrow online at 10:30 a.m. They're reading Shortcut to a Miracle by Michael Ron and Elizabeth Ron Arrett. Newcomers are always welcome. Create Your Vision Board this Saturday at 9:30 a.m. at Unity. Deb DeSandro will guide us to bring our dreams to life. Check the event calendar for the list of materials needed. Register online at the information table or at the door. Love offering is $10 to $20. We are collecting styrofoam again the next 3 Sundays. If it's been in contact with food, please wash it thoroughly. No foam insulation or packing peanuts. If you can help deliver the styrofoam to Dart Container in North Aurora for reprocessing the week of February 2nd, email admin at unityandnaperville.org, and we'll see that that gets recycled. Our brand new Unity Women's Group is collecting, their first event is going to be a service project. They're collecting supplies for our local school, which is Longwood Elementary. It's over here to our southeast. Longwood is a Title I economically disadvantaged school serving a minority population. Supplies needed, since they've kind of depleted all of their fall brand new supplies. They're looking for boxes of tissues, sanitizing wipes, crayons, markers, and 2-pocket folders. So if you can, please drop supplies off in the cafe by February 2nd. If you have questions, see Kelly Meinhardt or email admin at unityandnaperville.org. Starting next Sunday, join us after service every 3rd Sunday for Unity's Food for Thought, a monthly gathering in our community cafe. Enjoy a complimentary lunch and conversation sparked by what was shared in the service that morning. Energy of Spirit meets Saturday, January 25th at 10 a.m. We will start the class with daily energy routine and learn techniques to boost your inner and outer immune systems. To register, email admin at unityandnaperville.org or sign up in the cafe. Suggested love offering is $10 to $20. If you think of Unity as your spiritual home, please consider serving in these volunteer roles. 1, the clean team needs your help to clean our Unity home once every 4 to 6 weeks. Secondly, Jake, our Sunday hospitality coordinator, is unable to continue in his position. This is a paid position. If you'd like more information about serving in any of these positions, please email admin at unityandnaperville.org or sign up in the cafe. Our prayer chaplain today is Steve. He can pray with you in the prayer room after the service, or email your name and phone number to prayer@unityandnaperville.org, and a chaplain will call you today by 1 p.m. For details on all of our events, see the event calendar at unityandnaperville.org.
Okay. And I'll just tag on a couple of things to tag on to the announcements. I did participate in the Zoom meeting they had for the women's gathering. Do you know that 19 people showed up for that meeting? It was awesome turnout. So if you want to participate and be part of that, go ahead and email admin at unityandnaperville.org, and they'll send you in the right direction, because there's space for all. And if for next week's Food for Thought, someone had emailed, asked, do we have to make a reservation for lunch? The answer is no. However, if you're really hungry, just be first in line. I'm just saying, just be good. And then finally, I will say, we have been blessed to have a young man who started off as an intern, then started working for us, working as our sound person, Mr. Vadim back there. Yes, give him a hand. And our wonderful Vadim now, he's heading over to to California for a semester. They're doing an exchange, so he's going to be gone for a few months, but send him lots and lots of love as he goes forth. We're thinking of you and we hold you in our hearts. Thank you, Vadim. And finally, stay standing. Let's go into this last song, shall we, Kevin? What? What's it gonna? Okay. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Oh, let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Well, I learned one thing today, that you all have as good a memory as I do. Not a single person said. I just wanted to point out, based on what we talked about today, that one Sunday I said, wouldn't it be nice to have a fireplace right there? And look what we created. I mean, I didn't say another word after that. I just had a feeling, a warm, fuzzy feeling. I said the words out loud. Wah. I was in this place, this energetic place where you're all probably like, yeah. Yeah, do you see how that works? Okay. That's how it works. Kaboom, boom. Okay, so up here on the screen is our closing affirmation, and this is a great way to keep your mind open to the fact that this is true. Divine love is God everywhere present, working for the good of all involved all the time. Just focus on that. You don't even have to go into details about fireplaces. Things just unfold for the highest good of everyone involved. Let's say it together. It feels good to know that divine love is working for the good of all involved. I let go and let love guide me. Now do me a favor and just say hey to somebody that you haven't met yet, can't remember their name. Come out and have some refreshments. I'm going to bring the computer out to the cafe to talk to whoever's online. So if you want to sit with me and talk to your friends online, we can do that next. Love you guys. Have a great day.
Singing a brand new song, we lifting up a sound, we bringing heaven down. We are singing a brand new song, we lifting up a sound, we're bringing heaven down. We are singing a brand new song, we lifting up a sound, we're bringing heaven down. We are singing a brand new song, we're lifting up a sound, we're bringing heaven down, down, down. Come on now. Holy, holy, holy. Everyone is holy. Everywhere I look, I see the glory, glory. Holy, holy, holy. Everyone is holy. Everywhere I look, I see the glory, glory. Go, Kevin. being the light of God. We're shining like the stars. We're bringing heaven down, down, down. Whoa! Holy, holy, holy. Everyone is holy. Everywhere I look, I see the glory, glory. Holy, holy, holy. Everyone is holy. Everywhere I look, I see the glory. Go, Mark! Tickle the ivories. Yes, we are singing a brand new song. We lifting up a sound. We bringing heaven down. We are being the light of God. We're shining like the stars. We're bringing heaven down, down, down. Holy, holy, holy. Everybody's holy. Everywhere I look, I see the glory, glory. Holy, holy, holy. Everyone is holy. Everywhere I look, I see the glory, glory. Singing a brand new song, we lifting up a sound, we bringing heaven down. We are singing a brand new song, we're lifting up a sound, we're bringing